Welcome back. You know, we like to talk a lot about the creative sector on Rubbing Minds here because it looks like it's the future of, you know, young people and just how content creation has evolved. And I'm joined now today by one of the most popular comedians slash skit makers slash content creators on social media. But he's also a producer. You know him as well, his name is Chukwuemeka Emmanuel Amuzie. I'm sure if you heard that name, you don't know who that is. Chukwuebuka, sorry, Emmanuel Amuzie. Yeah. But you know him as Brainjotter.
Oh.
How's it going?
Very well, my boss.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Where does that name come from? I'm sure you've been asked that a lot.
That's Brainjotter?
Yes.
Brainjotter. Okay, so Brainjotter, first, it didn't come from anywhere special, actually. It's just I was going for a comedy competition and I was looking for a stage name. And then my brother was telling me how he was trying to talk to, there's this joke he used to crack then. If a lady asked him his name, he would be like, oops, you can't cram it, bring book. So this time he was telling me that he was trying to talk to a girl and then he was trying to tell the girl, you can't cram it, Brainjotter. So it was so funny to me. What I heard was Brainjotter, so it was just too funny to me then.
Oh.
And I'm like, how you tell him Brainjotter? He said, no, I say Brainjotter. And I'm like, okay. But that name Brainjotter go mad for stage name. How you say, yeah. That was how I chose it. Yeah.
So you went on that show and your name was Brainjotter. When was this show?
Yeah, that was like 2013.
Where?
Surulere.
In Surulere.
Yeah, in Futa. It's like it's one program called Club Daniels. So it's just for upcoming comedians, like an open mic generally.
Okay.
So it's a competition. Then it's a church stuff, sure.
So you always wanted to be a comedian, is what I'm getting.
Exactly.
When did you decide that? Was there something that made you feel like, okay, this is what I want to pursue?
Yeah, first it's just something. Okay, you know this situation whereby you are the funniest in your house, right? So you know when you're cracking jokes in your house, you're funny, and then you go out and then somebody's cracking a joke and you feel like I can do better than if I talk that to me, I talk for house, these people go laugh. So make I go try them. Then you try and they laugh. So for that reason, yeah, let's say from my secondary school, I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy. Yes. Not what I'm doing now. Yeah, just stand-up comedy. Yeah, so from there.
So did you do stand-up comedy for how long?
I did stand-up. I'm still doing stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did stand-up comedy before content creation. I did stand-up comedy till 2019.
Okay, how was that? Because I find that it's a tough industry looking from the outside, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those industries where it feels like it's very hard to crack into sort of the mainstream.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's very correct.
A lot of the names we've been hearing for the last 15 years are still the names we're hearing. As against like music or movies, acting or presenting.
That's
with comedy, it seems like it's... Why is that?
Yeah, you know, comedy, I think in order to be seen, there are two things involved. It's either you're very funny, like very funny, you know, that kind of content where people watch and they want to share. Not like the random comedy, right? It's either you're that or you have money to organize shows, call the media team.
And just being people's faces.
Being people's faces, yeah. So I think it's just those two. And a lot of upcomings, we have a lot of comedians that are funny.
Yeah.
So it takes the grace of God to get a person that is very funny that you remember, that guy. You know, sometimes you remember jokes and you don't remember who said the jokes. You get me? So some people remember the jokes and they don't remember who said those jokes. So, you know, so it's quite hard. Stand-up comedy is quite difficult if you don't have visibility, because you need so much money to create visibility for that.
Was that why you decided to pivot into...
No, I actually didn't decide. I I just found myself here.
How?
Yeah, I think it was...
You said 2019?
Yeah. 2019, okay, I was working in a laundry and most of the times I was at the reception or at the back. So I had an Android phone. So sometimes I just make skits for laughs for myself. It get me and my WhatsApp people, my family people on WhatsApp. So I just found it interesting. Like, I just enjoy myself. So it's not really, I'm trying to pursue my dream as a content creator. No. I was just trying to create content, enjoy myself, you know. That's it. So, you know, when you create this content, you post it on Instagram and you just wake up one morning and everybody's sharing it and you're like, and then you see like 200 comments. You're like,
what's going on?
What's going on? You get what I'm saying? So that was actually just what started the whole thing. But I'm very certain I didn't wake up one morning and say, no, I want to choose this guy. No.
Do you like being called a content creator or a skit maker? Or it doesn't matter to you?
No, I mean, I would rather prefer you call me a content creator because that covers a lot of things. You get me, boss? No, I think I'm being restricted, called a skit maker. You get? Because right now we're producing movies, and movies are not skits. You get me? So that means you're gonna call me a skit maker and a producer and this. So, but content creation, movies are still content. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I think it covers a lot of things. Yeah, so I prefer being called a content creator.
You guys seem to be doing very great work, in the content creation space. I look at a lot of the other arms of entertainment, right? With music, people are doing great, but you find that there's a lot of beef. Yeah. Whether with the ones we will know, the ones we will not know.
Correct.
In Nollywood, you also see it even actors versus actress, in comedy, stand-up comedy, we've seen all of these stories and stuff.
That's correct.
Is that happening in that content creation space, or it's still too new that the beef is still not in our faces yet? How are you guys so united?
So basically, if you watch, there was a time we did the African Creators Summit, and you just see everybody hugging everybody. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's, I think the most, for now, for me, this is my verdict, I feel like content creators are the most united ones because everybody is independent. You get what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily need a Nas boy to create my content. You get what I'm saying? So it's more like an independent space where the sky is so big for everybody, and instead of me, if you do something and I feel like, I want to learn this thing, I come to you Alpha. You get what I'm saying? So I think we just found ourselves being united, and it's one great thing I commend about us.
But in spite of that as well, I think you guys are also getting a lot of getting called out a lot. About maybe more skit makers now, which you are kind of a part of. You get called out a lot these days about how you guys are making so much money. It's like every 2 days we wake up, someone is posting a new G-Wagon or is standing in front of a house. The hand is always spread like this. Showing the duplex at the back.
I go bend down.
They're like, hey, we'll capture on God did. But this person, don't be...
Which day is that?
October, you first start to post.
Don't be lying.
And that reputation continues to hang over the fact that people use this to mask other things that they're doing. I'm not saying you do it, but is there not some truth to that?
I feel like it's all glaring. You see everything. So if you are probably you have a YouTube channel that has 1 million views, right? Automatically, I think you should be considered a millionaire, even if it's just 1 millionaire. Because if you ask me, where did you get this 1 million? Come on, man, look at the views. Yeah. So it's glaring. So if you see a creator and probably it's not, the story not clear, or you can't, then I think that particular creator should be questioned, because we do a lot of work. You get me? You know what it means posting videos every day. You get what I'm saying? It's literally, we post at least twice a week. So that means we're thinking every day. So I think people don't really see the work. But when this person is probably shooting back to back, and then they get a car in the next 6 months, people are like, come on, this is so quick. But this person has been shooting back to back, do you understand, for 6 months. So I think, to an extent, it's if a Kirikou gets a car, I shouldn't say, come on, where did he get the money? Because
now, those are big names, right?
Oh, okay.
But if someone,
yeah, and I think it should be, it's an individual something. So if this guy just joins comedy now, I can tell you if this guy is making money from content creation.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? There is no magic.
Have you seen that though?
Well, I've seen some couple of guys.
But
some
you're
of
like,
them, I'm like, how?
It doesn't really add up.
Yeah. You could see these guys and you're like, if I ask you, okay, what do you do? And you say you're a content creator, and I'm like, and you're like, that's it. I go say, nah, lie.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Except you say, I'm a content creator as well as a Forex trader. They'll be like, okay, not Forex. But when I ask you, okay, what do you do? And you say you're a content creator, and I check, you get me, and you're just on Instagram, and I check you've not run any adverts or any brand or stuff like that. That story, clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're building a house in phase 1. Come on, come on, man. The story, clear. Yeah.
Is content creation? Do you think it's sustainable? Do you think it's here to stay? Because the world is changing so quickly, right?
Yeah.
TikTok is here today. Instagram was yesterday. Tomorrow we don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yes, there will always be that space. But is content creation? Do you think it's at a point where you believe?
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't say is skit making here to stay. Content creation is here forever. You get me? Because I just feel content creation is here because content creation is wide. You get me? Like I could just wake up and produce a movie. I could wake up and sing a song, right? I could wake up and every brand needs visibility. So I feel like, and they need content creation to, even on TV, even whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like content creation is here for life.
Yeah.
But I don't know about skit making.
Yeah.
Do you understand the difference?
Yeah.
But for content creation, I'm very sure it's going to be here for like a very long time.
Something that your colleagues have called out a lot about as well is this cross-dressing. What do you think about it? People say, why do you have to
wear something else?
Dress like a woman to be funny? Do you see the point in that?
Very well. I see. So basically, everybody's, like a Brainjotter is wearing a green.
Yes.
Brainjotter wear green, mad. As you wear that green, at that time you blow. Sabino,
so I need to find.
So I need to find this thing. And then I have a friend that is saying, it's a bit like woman, wear woman clothes, you know. So to me, I've tried it. There was a time I was creating content. Character Madam Mogadi in a church, and they were applauding me like, funny guy, you did do and well. So it got to my head, and it was almost a niche for me, right? So now I know better, and I'm like, that stuff is not sustainable for myself, and I just don't buy the idea because it won't last. You get what I'm saying? It won't last. People might enjoy it once or twice, but you're not a woman.
Yeah.
So except you're doing it exceptionally well. Just like probably, let's say for example, Tyler Perry and Madie. There's a character he has Madie, and people are like Madie. So you have to get to that level where, bro, people can't even tell. But you can't be wearing a woman's clothes with beards and stuff. I mean, come on, man.
Where did your green outfit come from? And how many do you have?
I have 5.
Is it this one that this boy has been watching and wearing? It can't be one. But what did it come to you in a moment?
It was one for
strategic?
A year. It's always not strategic. So that's the thing. It's always not planned. If you ask Sabinos, it's always not planned. If you ask everybody, Taoma, everybody that are using a costume, it's always not planned. Sometimes the green, what happened was I used the green to create a content, and then it went viral, but I wasn't tagged. Like, people don't know this guy's name. They just, crazy. So now, how do I create another content and be recognized?
As that guy.
Do you understand? As that guy that went viral before, and I'm like, okay, let me try this green again. And then I tried the green again, and it went viral again, and I still was not tagged. So it's like one WhatsApp TV that was like putting it and taking off my watermark, and then he's putting his own. So I used the green again. So they started getting familiar with the green. So that way my watermark was now moving on the screen. Like my watermark was just everywhere. So
you use the eraser for sure.
So you can't remove. So that was the idea behind using that green.
Okay.
So as I saw that it was working, that was how I followed suit. So that's the advice I give to a lot of creators, that you don't necessarily need to start. I think the niche should be the character. Do you get what I'm saying? The niche should be focused on character and not costume. Yeah. So this guy starts by putting brush on the neck, toothbrush boy, big spoon girl, this cucumber boy. The niche should be on the character and not on the props and costume. Yeah.
Where do you make your money from? Do you make your money from YouTube or from brands who endorse you?
So basically, it varies. Sometimes, some years, or sometimes, okay, let's say in a month, you can make more money from brands. Some other months, you could, but YouTube is where I know this is my salary.
It's constant.
Yeah.
How regular are the brands? On an average in a month, how many brands would you have, say you work with?
Well, at least 2 in a month.
We're trying to measure your money for you.
At least 2.
Yeah.
At least 2. You know, so I'm not very, so some brands might come this month and I'll tell you I can't post this month, I have to post next month. Yeah, because you can't keep bombarding people with adverts and stuff. Yeah, so at least 1 or 2 adverts in a month.
So you shoot every day? How often do you post
I wish
content?
I shoot every day.
How often do you post content?
At least
on
once,
an average?
At least, maybe I'm backsliding once in a week.
Okay.
Let's say I'm backsliding once in a week. But on an average, twice or thrice in a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I might post the content on Instagram and not post it on YouTube. I might post on YouTube and not post on Instagram and Facebook. So, but I will post somewhere at least twice or 3 times in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there a plan to evolve? Because now your guy Nasboy has done music. You know, Nollywood music. What's 2024 is just starting.
We are shooting a Netflix movie in March.
Okay.
We've been making movies. I've been going back and forth from here to Asaba to Abuja, you know, to make long form content in form of movies. My movie is on African magic, right? So so
you're selling out on content creation. Yeah, moving to
no.
full on.
So that's the thing. So the people I look up to are people that do these things.
Yes.
You get. They don't just. I'm not that guy that just sit and say, I'll be content creator. Now Instagram, I die put. No.
So definitely, production is a big part of your plans.
Yeah, production. I'm just not this. I'm that guy that evolves.
Yeah. Are you gonna do music like a guy?
I've done music. Stop. I've done music. Yes, I know. The next thing is football.
Maybe we need people to come and score for us. So you will help us go and score against Angola. Well, thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
We're very, very, I see a lot of your content. I'm very proud of you. You're my namesake. So it's a sign that you are going to succeed in life in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And I wish you all the very best. Brainjotter. You can find him on social media. What's your handle?
Brainjotter everywhere. Brainjotter on Instagram. Brainjotter on Facebook. Brainjotter Comedian on YouTube. Brainjotter on TikTok. Brainjotter everywhere.
Okay. Look out for him on TV as well.
Brainjotter
Productions. And maybe an album is dropping this year on EP. We don't know.